welcome back to my channel. It's me, Simply Sheeta, and I'm coming to you this week to update you about my last appointment and to discuss the topic of this video, which is being selfish making me a jerk? That's it. But anyway, hi guys, I am glad to see you. Thank you for returning to my channel. So let me get right into this because I have a lot I want to cover today. First of all, my appointment. So I went to see the bariatric team, appointment number 4 of 6. Yes, I'm so glad to be over that halfway hump, you guys. You just don't know. But at my appointment, just to give it to you real quick, it went well. I lost another pound, and I know you guys are kind of like, well, what is that? Like, what is your weight? But as I said in previous videos, I will be giving my stats as well as putting up a before picture, and so I can do before and after. I'm gonna do all that when I get a date. I'm not gonna be telling y'all how much I weigh and put my business all out in the street if I don't get surgery. So when I get a date, I'll share that information. It's funny to me how people on social media, and I guess it's because we're in the weight loss community, like I understand it, but they're so quick to share their weight, and I'll be like, damn, like I would never tell anybody my weight. Over the years I would just be like, what do you think I weigh, or something like that, if somebody had the actual nerve to ask me, like, what do you weigh? Because one, I carry my weight well, so you could never tell what I actually weighed, but the number is just like, but I'm gonna get there. Ain't no shame, and it really ain't no shame, at least not in this community. But yeah, when I get a date, I'll post. But my goal, as I've said before, has always been to not gain. I do not have any required amount to lose per my insurance company, but I do not want to gain. So to give you guys an idea, it's funny, I have pretty much lost a pound a month. God knows, I hope that the sleep does a better job. But I'm not mad, simply because I really have been making very small changes. It hasn't really been like anything major that I've done. And of course, like I said, my whole point is I don't want to gain. I'm sure during the 2-week starvation, pre-op phase, right before surgery, aka, like I said, starvation week, that I'll probably lose a lot more weight. So maybe my actual surgery weight will be different. But I'm just glad I'm not gaining. So okay, I'll take that. I talked to the nutritionist first, as always, and she wanted to know what I had tried new. And honestly, guys, I have really not been doing too many of the things, even though I've talked about it. I haven't done a lot of the things that I really want to start doing. Some of the things that she wants me to do is, one big thing that she wants me to do, and I still haven't quite done it, is log my food. And I told you guys I was going to do that a couple of weeks ago on Fitness, but I just haven't had a time to actually sit down and do it. Like, it's here, but I got to get these thoughts into action and make moves. So that is one of my goals this week, guys. I'm telling you, I'm going to be serious about it. And by the time I talk to you guys next week, I'm going to be able to say I actually logged my food, because I'm going to be more prepared. I went to the market. I have all kinds of things that I know I can pack for lunch and breakfast, at work, meals for dinner. So I am going to log, because it's going to be important. And I realize that just as important as meal planning, just as important as taking vitamins, just as important as drinking water. So we talked about that. She had been asking me if I haven't tried yet the 30-minute and, between eating and drinking. And I haven't tried it technically, because I don't usually do that anyway. I always wanted to enjoy my food. I never wanted to get full. So I would never eat and drink at the same time. But other than that, what she wants me to do this week is, this month, is start introducing myself to protein shakes and protein drinks. I have tried muscle milk in the past, and it was okay. It tastes to me like, if you've done Slim Fast or anything like that, it tastes the same to me. But I told you guys, and I finally have it today. I bought this. I told you guys about this. It's whey protein. It's a strawberry flavor. It has about 60 grams of protein in it. But that's for 2 scoops. 1 scoop is 30, which is what I'm going to be trying. I'm going to start trying some protein shakes and see what's going on with that, because I'm going to use that. I mean, like it or not, I'm going to find a way to like it, because this stuff isn't cheap. This stuff is not cheap. And I got some almond milk, so I'm going to see what I can do with that this upcoming week. And I'll let you guys know what I thought of that. I also saw the nurse. I always see the nurse as well, and I discussed with her the fact that it looks like my blood pressure has been elevated the last few times. I've been there, and they wanted me to start. At least the heart doctor that did my electrocardiogram suggested that I start a small dosage of a high blood pressure medicine, temporary. Once I lose weight. And he suggested 30 minutes of exercise, which of course I should be doing anyway, and I definitely will be doing after surgery. Just some cardio, I guess, to build my heart muscles up or whatever. But it's been elevated maybe for a couple of months now, I noticed. And when I say elevated, it's elevated for me. My blood pressure has always been 110/70 for years and years and years. And now I'm noticing that bottom number is like going up. And I was going to try to see if I can talk my way out of it, but then I get my blood pressure taken. Excuse me, guys. I get my blood pressure taken at my appointment, and it's 122/85. Like, really? So it's the bottom number that has them kind of like, So whatever, anything they need me to do, I'm going to do. I told you guys this is not going to stop me. Being hard-headed is not going to stop me from getting my surgery. So I'm going to take the pill and let it do what it do until I lose the weight and I can come off of it. Besides that, I thought about it, and the more that they have me diagnosed as, the more chances I have of getting approved, because, as you know, I mean, obviously I have the BMI for it, but if I have other things like that, well, I don't have diabetes, but if I have high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and these are things that they have on my my chart. And when I saw them, because again, as I told you guys in the past, where I'm going, we have the network of doctors that I go to are all within the same hospital and hospital group, so I can easily go online and see all of my information. By the way, if you are new to the channel or you don't really realize where I'm talking about, I am a Philadelphia resident. I'm from Philly. Go Eagles, go Success, go Flyers, go Philly, go Meek Mills, go Philly. Yes, I'm from Philly, and I am having my surgery at the Penn Bariatric Team, which is a part of the University of Pennsylvania Health System. And I'm going to have my surgery with Dr. Gary Corris over at Presbyterian Medical Center. I don't know if I ever gave that much information, but there it is if you're interested. I love the program, and it is really, a streamlined program as compared to when I tried it 10 years ago, and that's a whole different video. Or if you look back, you'll see I talked a little bit about that before. Anyway, I also was told that my psych appointment will be scheduled the next time. Now, y'all know I really wanted to get that appointment scheduled, but you know what? It's cool. It just stretches it out for me, because I would have had that long period of boredom like I did in March, which I really, y'all know it was hard for me to get through March. But you know what? I'm at the end now, so it is what it is. But not only that, guess what else I found out? I found out that after I have that psych appointment, I'm done. Like, that's it. The only thing I would have to do is I have two things to do. Number one is I have to go to the support group meeting. Guys, I've been talking about that. Is already one in my mind schedule. I told the nurse it's for it's 4/20. It's on the 20th. It's a Saturday morning, and I'm going to go check it out. See who's there. See what they're talking about. That's one mandatory thing that will be crossed off my list. Then when she sees me, my next appointment is March 3rd or March 2nd. March 2nd, I think. Not March. Oh my God, listen to me. Going backwards. May 2nd. And when I go to see them on May 2nd, she said that she would schedule my psych appointment, which I should have by the end of the month, or at least before I see them again, if not before the same day. Which means that in June, when I actually reach my 6-month period, my appointment 6 of 6, they should be wrapping all of the information up and providing it to my insurance company. So that was really good news. That really, really got me excited and just hopeful, just really, hopeful for the next few steps. Because as you guys know, in my last video, I admitted to you guys I was barely getting concerned and a little afraid because I want it so much. I don't want anything to interfere with me getting it, or to stop, or just to delay it or anything. Like, I really, really am hoping by the end of this summer, I will be on my way to having better health and just feeling better and, looking better the whole nine. Like, I'm looking forward to it. So that was my plan. So let's talk about the subject of this video. So I guess in order to really explain to you guys what made me come up with this week, I need to explain to you a little bit about who I am, who I have been for years, many, many years. I am that person that is going to give a homeless person $1. I am the person that if I have a newspaper and I finish reading it, I'm going to give it to the person at the bus stop. I am the person that if you call me and tell me that you need me at 2 a.m. because your car broke down, I'm going to come and get you. I am the person that is going to always be to others what I want them to be to me, even though a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. Bottom line, guys, I'm a pretty nice person. I hate that word nice. I'm getting older, and the more I hear it, I hate the word nice. But I'm a thoughtful person. I have always been the kind of person that wanted to show kindness and, just sweet. I don't want to say sweet because that has a different connotation to me. But I hear people tell me a lot, Rashida, you're so sweet and you're so nice, and, it's no shame in being a good person. However, what I am beginning to learn in this journey and learn about myself in this journey and really, really just embrace as I've gotten older is the fact that sometimes you can't be nice to some people. Sometimes there are people out here that they're energy vampires. All they want is your time, your attention, and your energy. And guys, I don't have that to give right now. I just have recently begun to embrace the idea of just being selfish, of choosing to focus on myself. Now, before we get started into talking about what selfish is, let me first give you the true definition of the word selfish, because I think it's a word that people don't really quite understand. Of course, I got the blah, blah, blah book, and I took some notes today. So, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary online, because I don't have an actual dictionary at home, the definition of selfish is someone that is concerned excessively or exclusively with oneself. They are seeking or concentrating on one's own advantage, pleasure, or well-being without regards for others. That is the definition of selfish. Now, when people hear the word selfish, they tend to think of it in a negative way. Oh, it's a bad thing to be selfish. We're supposed to share. We're supposed to be nice. We're supposed to love. We're supposed to care about others. And I agree. And I do. I do those things. I love people, and I care about people, and I am a nice person, and all of that. Like, that's me. That is part of who I am. That is part of the core of who I am. However, unfortunately, we have to deal with people taking advantage of those aspects of your personality. And anybody out here that prides themselves on being, patient, kind, understanding, willingness to help, what I'm talking about. There is always going to be somebody out here that's going to take advantage of your kindness. They're going to try to think that, oh, she is always going to do this, or she is always going to rescue me or be my sounding board, because eventually we begin to teach people that it's okay to cross certain boundaries into our existence, our lives, our space, and we give them time and attention that we should give ourselves. And what happens is they get used to it. So when you decide to back away from it, then there's a problem. You're always good to people when you can serve them, but when you stop serving them, there's a problem. Well, I don't care. I don't care. This weight loss journey, I think, should be redefined. I don't think it's just a weight loss journey. And anybody that is in this community or they're beginning to start looking into getting weight loss surgery, whether it's VSG or gastric, understand that it's almost insulting to call it a weight loss journey when it's so much more than losing weight. I am learning so much more in this pre-op stage about myself and how I view things. Doing these videos has given me so much more insight into who I am as a person in this stage of my life. And I am not going to let anybody interfere with me doing something that I know I need to do for myself to live, to improve the quality of my life. And I have that right. So if being selfish is how it looks, I'm a selfish bitch right now, and I'm going to be. But what I think is happening is I think that people tend to get being selfish confused with being self-absorbed, because there is a difference. I looked up self-absorbed, and let me read that to you guys really quick. A person that is self-absorbed is absorbed in one's own thoughts, activities, and center on themselves, basically. They're focused on they're absorbed in their own thoughts, activities, or interests. That is the definition of someone who is self-absorbed. I hate when they define words and they use a word, because, like, what if you didn't know what absorb mean, But for anybody that's not quite sure, I also put down the synonyms that are associated with someone that is self-absorbed or self-absorption, which are egocentrical, egotistical, narcissistic, and self-centered. Now, when you hear those words, you're like, okay, maybe that's the meaner version. I think being selfish goes hand in hand with self-care. At this time, you have to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself, whether it means eating properly, getting the right amount of rest, exercising, meditating, anything that a person feels as though they need to help them navigate themselves through this weight loss journey, through this life-changing journey. I feel as though that you should not make any type of excuses to yourself as to why you cannot take care of yourself. People going to have to. It's hard when you are a parent, especially for a woman. It's difficult to put yourself first, because if you have children, of course you want your children to go first. If you have a husband, you want your husband. You have commitments. We have allowed ourselves to put everybody before us because that's expected of us as women. But it's not necessarily something that is going to be conducive to our own well-being all the time, putting people first. There is a fine between selfish and self-absorption. We know those people. We all know those people that are self-absorbed. They are the people that's constantly in the mirror, constantly talking about themselves, taking 1,001 selfies. We live in a society where people have become self-absorbed. They don't care about what anybody else will think, do, say, if it interferes with what they want to do. And for some, that might sound more like selfish. But I think selfish comes in when it comes to doing what you need to do for yourself, because it's to protect yourself. I think that is the difference. I think when you become a person that is involved in your own well-being and improving your life, you have to be selfish. When it comes to self-improvement, I'll say it again, you have to be selfish. You have to say no to certain things and certain people at certain times. I mentioned that in my last video about saying no. It is required to say no. You're not going to be able to give yourself and your goals and your focus what you need if you're constantly complying with every single thing. Now, I can't tell anybody what you should and should not do as far as what level of selfishness you want to display. I know what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. I already have made it very clear to people in my life what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. One thing that I do not do is I do not let anybody come and drain my energy. I don't have it. You can't have it. I'm not going to sit there and engage in small talk. I don't like to sit there and talk to people that are constantly negative. You know, if you are somebody that is always talking about problems, always being negative about something, you don't have no. I don't have time for that. I can't sit there and listen to that. And I have people in my life that I love dearly. That's what they do. You know, they're unhappy, they're miserable, they're constantly complaining about something, they're angry all the time or whatever. And I had to take a step back and say, you know what, not now. Because energy that I need to focus on things that's going to make my life better cannot be extended to somebody to just suck life out of me. I just can't do it. So if it means that I'm being a jerk by saying not nah or not answering a call or not accepting an invitation, so be it. I catch you on the flip side. Because in the end, I've always been a good person. So there's nobody that can say, and I mean this for real, ain't nobody can ever say I did anything to them, because that's not how I operate. I have haters, of course, everybody does. But people that tend to hate me, they hate me because they got some shit of their own they got to deal with, not because I did something to them. You know, they're probably hating on me, but I don't have a lot of people in my life, or there aren't any people, you know, I don't walk around looking over my shoulder. I'm not worried about walking anywhere in my city or anywhere else because I don't do shit to people. I just don't. I believe very heavily in karma. So that's probably why I've always been nice. I'm more afraid of karma. I mean, you know, real rap, karma could be a much bigger bitch than I am. So I've never been that kind of person, you know, to do shit to people. So, you know, whoever don't like selfish Sheeta, you know, deuces, like, I'm selfish right now, period. And I don't care. I am selfish right now. I'm not self-absorbed. You know, I'm really not, because I still care and I love people and I love who I love, and, you know, my squad is my squad, and the people that are in my life that have been consistently in my life and good to me, I love them for life. I love very deeply. I love very deeply, you know. So one thing has nothing to do with the other, but right now, 2019 is about me. And I'll catch anybody that don't understand that on the flip side. Because people that truly do love and truly care about me, they understand. And not all them people know I'm on a weight loss journey. Not all them people know I'm about to get surgery. I ain't tell everybody I'm getting surgery because ain't everybody business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact, at work, for example, I told about 2-3 people. No, I'm sorry. I've actually told about 5 people, and that's only because 2 of the people I know had surgery. They had gastric. One had gastric, one had sleeve. So, and they are friends of mine. So immediately, you know, when I first thought about it, I started talking to them because I wanted to get information and see what they had gone through. And a couple of women that I consider to be friends because I've done things with them outside of work. But one of them in particular, I know she done ran her mouth. I already know. She has told somebody, she's told somebody that is more of a friend to her than to me. You understand what I'm saying? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, she cool with me, but that's her homie. So I know she told her. And you know what? It's cool. I don't care. Because that friend that knows probably told another friend that knows, because that's all they got to do is they sit around and talk. They ain't got nothing going on in their life, so they sit around and talk about people. That's what they do. So I know they know, but guess what? You better not come up to me and act like you want to talk about it. You better not. My business is not your business unless I invite you in. So they can look, they can speculate, they can guess, they can, prepare to hate. Like, it's cool, I don't care. But don't come up to me and say nothing. You better not. Because, yeah, I'm nice. And I pride myself on being very patient and kind to people. But not all the time. Not all the time. I'm a Gemini. Now, anybody that knows a Gemini, any Gemini out there, you know what I'm talking about. Don't fucking play with me. Don't play with me. But otherwise, I'm pretty nice. But don't play. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up because, I think I've kind of gone like all kinds of ways. And I know you're like, wait a minute. Because it's deep. Being selfish is very deep. It's a touchy subject. It truly is. It's a touchy. It can be a touchy subject, because people don't know, like, well, what do you mean be selfish? That's such a bad word. It really ain't. It really ain't. It's about self-care, and I'm all about that. Self-care and what, guys? What am I about? Self-care and what? Loving yourself, right? Loving yourself more. Okay, I've got jumped ahead. I'm sorry because now I'm bugging. But let me just, real quick before I wrap this up, because I know this is long and I'm sorry, but I had a lot to say this week. So let me talk about my usual shout out. I'm so excited to shout this person out because I just found her. It's funny. When I get on YouTube, I don't know about anybody else, but when I get on YouTube, I always start with a VSG search. I always do a search VSG, sorted by upload date, so I can see the most recent because I've seen so many of them. And I'll scroll down to see who's put videos up maybe within the last day because I'm on there every day. And this woman, I ran across her doing one of those searches. Can't say I've seen anything before that this day I ran across her. But I wanted to tell you guys about her. You have to check her out. Her channel is called Angie in Real Life. Of course, I'm going to put the information at the bottom so that you can see it. And this one video that I watched that kind of got me hooked, like just really interested in the rest of her channel, was called Bariatric Snacks. And in this video, she talks and introduces people to different kinds of snacks that you can have. Now, to give you some information about her, she is 2 years post-op. She's lost about 115 pounds. And she's actually local. She's actually local to me. She's in the tri-state area, which I like. She doesn't have like a lot of subscribers yet. She has more than I do, but she doesn't have a lot. But I could see her getting them because she has like, some people have presence on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I can look at videos and be like, this person gonna blow up. In 3-4 years, they're gonna have 5-figure subscribers because they really are good. And she's one of those people. She is very, very, very enthusiastic. What I liked about her videos is she was actually tasting the food as she was opening it. And it was the first time I really seen somebody with the sleeve eat. Like, she was grubbing, and it was so funny to me. But I like the fact that she said two things that she said. She said I eat. She said, but I'm always carb conscious and protein aware. And I love that. And I was like, okay, that's a good thing to keep in mind. It's sweet and simple. I'm all about sweet and simple. And she talked about, as she was showing each product, she talked about the macros in the products as well as the serving size. So she was tasting, and it was funny because I think she hadn't had breakfast, so everything she was tasting, she was like, yo, I'm gonna eat my breakfast right now, basically. So yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. But check her out, Angie in Real Life. Really good. I have subscribed to her, and if you look on my like videos, you can actually see this one video if you can't find her yourself. Okay, guys, have gotten a little bit carried away today. This is a lot longer than usual, and I do apologize in advance, but I hope that the information today is able to help someone, whether you're starting your journey, you're in the middle of the journey as I am in pre-op stage still, or if you're in the back end of your journey. Sometimes I feel like my videos aren't for the post people because they already gone through it and they know more, but at the same time, I know post-op there still are struggles. There are still struggles. So whoever I was able to help today of this video, just rang true for you. I hope that I was able to say something that may have struck a chord and help you, just love on yourself more and be okay with being a little selfish. Please like and subscribe to my video. I appreciate all of my subscribers. It looks like I have 2 new ones. So whoever you are, thank you very much for subscribing. Please leave your comments below if you have any information that you would like to share about how you have, decided to be a little selfish in your life, or how people are reacting to you being selfish. I really would be interested to read it, as I'm sure everyone else that follows me, the other 12 or 13 people that follow me. I'm cool with that though, y'all. I've never been one that needed a whole bunch of people around me. I'm good with that, like seriously. So have a great week. I'll talk to you guys next week, and don't forget what? Love yourself more. Always love yourself more. Have a great one. Bye.